Hello everyone and welcome back to Iraqi Dinar Hub. Tonight, you're diving straight into an update that feels fundamentally different from the usual cycles of rumors. Recycled claims and speculative headlines that have circulated for years in this community. Across the globe, countless individuals have spent years watching, hoping, and waiting for that single unmistakable sign, something concrete and verifiable that signals major financial changes are finally underway. And tonight, the wave of reports coming in from numerous directions suggests we may be standing right at that long-anticipated turning point. What reportedly began unfolding around 7 p.m. this evening has thrown investors, analysts, and everyday holders into a heightened state of attention. To grasp the importance of what's unfolding, we need to examine the specific details emerging from financial networks. The central message circulating through these spaces is that Iraq's currency has moved. And this is not being described as a test run or simulation. Reports indicate a real activation within banking infrastructure, where contract rates are visibly appearing on secure financial screens. This information has spread quickly through the currency community because it represents the exact validation longtime holders have waited for. It's the digital confirmation that shifts the revaluation from concept to implementation seen directly through institutional systems rather than discussed in rumor forums. A contract rate is essentially a specially negotiated exchange rate that is higher than the publicly accessible market rate. These enhanced rates are often reserved for major financial institutions, government agreements, or verified holders as part of structured international arrangements. When reports emerge that these privileged rates are suddenly appearing in secure banking software, it has historically been one of the strongest internal indicators that a currency revaluation process is underway. In previous global currency events, when contract rates went live behind the scenes, public rates generally followed shortly after. This is precisely why today's developments are being described as a pre-launch phase, signaling that the essential mechanisms are now in motion. Another critical element of tonight's update is the synchronization occurring across global banking systems. This is not random speculation. This appears to be the rhythm of structured financial coordination coming into focus. Many people are asking why such an event might occur on an otherwise quiet weekday evening. The answer likely lies in the nature of global financial operations. This time frame allows new rate values to be integrated quietly, reducing immediate market volatility. Experts believe this timing is deliberate, designed to support a controlled and stable transition. Analyzing the timing further, it is highly probable that Iraq's central bank, working in cooperation with global partners, has selected this specific window to activate internal rates. This gives worldwide systems the opportunity to sync in the background before major trading floors open. Meanwhile, activity within Iraq appears to reflect this global anticipation, lending even more credibility to international reports. In recent weeks, a steady flow of official statements, televised messages, and government briefings have centered around a single message. Iraq is restoring the true value of the dinar. The central bank has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening the national currency, integrating with global banking standards and significantly reducing reliance on the US dollar. These changes demonstrate that the physical and digital infrastructure is nearing full readiness. Observers of Iraq's economy recognize that this moment is the outcome of years of reform rather than sudden action. Iraq has spent an enormous amount of time establishing the frameworks necessary for true monetary sovereignty. From combating corruption within its banking sector to developing modernized payment systems, every reform has contributed to a unified, long-term strategy. With more oil sales being conducted in dinar and new international trade deals utilizing the local currency, Iraq is positioning itself as a stronger regional financial player. The reaction tonight across online platforms, from Telegram groups to financial forums, has been nothing short of explosive. Repeated phrases are emerging from multiple directions. "It's live," "This is it," and "rates are showing." For holders who endured years of speculation, volatility, and setbacks, this moment feels like a turning point. Many see it as validation that their patience and understanding of Iraq's economic trajectory may finally be rewarded. Still, seasoned analysts advise caution. This is the stage where both legitimate updates and misinformation tend to surface rapidly. The wisest course is to remain informed, steady, and alert without making impulsive decisions. The government has consistently reduced domestic use of US dollars, enforced monetary controls to protect the dinar, and signed major infrastructure and energy deals denominated in local currency. Regional banks are now offering dinar-based services for international trade. When on-the-ground economic developments align with internal banking system updates, it forms a pattern that cannot easily be dismissed. Financial experts often describe reevaluations as multi-stage events rather than sudden overnight changes. First come internal tests, then global synchronization, followed by the uploading of contract rates. Private exchanges typically begin quietly before public rates appear on platforms like Forex. Based on tonight's reports, Iraq may now be positioned between the final internal stage and the public release window. This suggests that official confirmation could appear in the coming days or potentially sooner, depending on global system readiness. Within major Iraqi cities, subtle signs of transition are beginning to surface. Educational programming about currency changes is appearing on local television. They suggest that Iraq is on the brink of introducing a new rate to the public. Markets across the Middle East and Asia are also watching closely. Iraq's trade network now spans a wide range of industries, and a successful revaluation could influence the broader region. If Iraq stabilizes and strengthens its currency, it could serve as a model for other developing nations seeking financial independence. This moment is being viewed by many economists as potentially transformative, not just for Iraq but for emerging global markets. Reports from banking insiders in the US and Europe add further weight to tonight's developments. Redemption centers are reportedly preparing verification processes and internal scheduling systems. While this does not mean public exchanges are open yet, these steps are historically known to precede final activation.